안녕하세요. 잘 지냈어요, 여러분? 여기요, SORA님, your real psychic deal, streaming straight from Brazil. And today we're gonna do the slideshow for the official birth chart accordingly to Western astrology for Kim Namjoon, BTS leader 사랑해, as he posted his precious baby bracelet souvenir on his story on his IG archive this week for the entire world to see. And for everybody who is an astrologer, Western astrology, WA, or Vedic astrology, VA, or Chinese astrology, CHA, whoever is capable of running his chart and discovering the most wonderful things about his life, and also a lot of funny TMIs. I'm not gonna tell you all of them. I think they're very personal, but some of them are kinky and funny, and I selected few to tell you, Army, so stick here to the end to you, so you find out to get the kinky, cute stuff, okay? Everything is okay, allowed. And we're going to start this special slideshow that I prepared, which took 4 hours, with the most special, interesting information. And there are other information that are boring and not really interesting for you to know. So 30 slides. If I spend 1 minute on each slide, it's gonna be 30 minutes plus introduction. Virgo is the zodiac sign accordingly to his Western astrology. So this slideshow here is basically done by Western astrology by the astrocharts.com complements site. So I did not run the reports from astrocharts.com. So the understanding and the explanation is coming 100% from SORAnim. Do not blame astrocharts.com on the explanation. If you like to go through astrocharts.com to run a chart for you and get the report, you have to pay. It is not for free, okay? So depending on what kind of chart you have in mind, it starts from $30 on astrocharts.com, which is my favorite Western astrology site from all the thousands sites out there. This site is the site that I use for my clients for the past 5 years. It is excellent, and there are only few sites on earth that they run patterns for the charts. I will explain to you what is a pattern, which is the best thing ever for an astrologer to understand visually what is in front of me. Astrology is very boring, and this is why you don't see astrologers having millions of followers on YouTube, but you have interest on watching tarot videos to get some predictions for your zodiac because it's fun. But astrology is not fun. So I'm trying to make it fun here. So astrocharts.com only simplifies and give us the simple chart. All the art attack, colorful emojis and icons done on this slide presentation today was done by me. The explanation was done by me. The understanding is accordingly to my understanding as an astrologer. Please don't say that astrocharts.com said so. It was SORAnim who said so. Whatever happens, 100% of accuracy is my knowledge. And what doesn't happen, it's because Kim Namjoon has the free will. He's not forced to get married to anyone if he doesn't want to. He's not forced to date anyone if he doesn't want to date anyone. He got the free will as I do and you do. So whatever is predestined for us, we're not forced to do anything because we have the free will. But it is already predestined, booked. An astrology chart is the map of the soul. We have to book before we are born. We have to organize before we are born. And Virgos, they love that. We have to plan. The universe has to plan how is your life going to go, but you're not forced to take that road. You can choose. You can always be on a crossroads. You can always take the right decision using the intuition of your heart. And the dog zodiac, they rely on the instinct, not on the intuition. So he's a Virgo zodiac sign accordingly to Western astrology, but he's a dog zodiac sign accordingly to the Chinese astrology, born in 1994. The dogs are from the Yang Sun team. Yin and Yang is the team of the energy in the cosmos. So the Yang energy is fire, is warm, is the sun, sweats a lot. That's why he complains that he sweats a lot. He goes to the gym, and if he doesn't take a shower every day and wash his hair every day, he can't sleep. How many times he had complained or compared himself to Kim Sok-jin, and how many times he has told Kim Sok-jin, I don't know how you can do it without washing your hair, because I sweat, I can't do it, I can't sleep without washing my hair every day. And that's why one of the reasons that he is very warm and he sweats and very sexy, it's because he is the Yang energy. He's a dog. So not only he's cute and extremely cute with the dimples, and the dimples also is explained by the dog zodiac, and I got dimples as well. Don't know if you can see here, but I am not Yang energy and I got dimples, but I am a fire snake, so the fire there, I don't know, we get dimples, okay? Some of us. And the dogs are very friendly with the butterflies. And the butterflies, they represent the air zodiac, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And Kim Namjoon is very friendly with J-Hope. They go along very well as friends. And they can keep each other company and talk forever. And is excellent compatibility in the oracle chart, butterflies and dogs. Dogs are compatible to mostly every single zodiac out there. Dogs are the best. They are the best friends. Dogs are so loyal. Personality very loyal. Very active, physically active. Instinct, relies on the instinct. They have to be careful when they fall in love, because if they rely on the instinct, they're gonna be falling in love by the beautiful, sexy person, not necessarily is the honest and most perfect match, and then they get divorced. Many dog signs, they get divorced, okay, from the first marriage. They learn. For those of you who have not watched yet the Chinese Zodiac slide presentation for BTS and ARMY for 2025, need to know before tarot reading, watch the video, which is very long. Go to the playlist for the Chinese Zodiacs. There is a playlist just for the Chinese and Chinese tarot, okay? And this is the tarot. So this slideshow, I suggest you watch it before this tarot auspicious advice for the 12 Chinese zodiacs for 2025. Who's the luckiest one? Accordingly to tarot in 2025, you will find out that there is a specific zodiac in Chinese astrology that is going to be so lucky and win the lottery out of nowhere, helped by luck. So, what is astrology and who created astrology? Astrology is the map of the soul. BTS map of the soul. Everybody maps of the soul. Astrology is personality. Astrology is not character. So you may be a villain, you may be a psychopath, you may be a crook, you may be a corrupted soul, you may be a bad politician, you may be a mafia guy, you may be a predator. P. Diddy has nothing to do with the zodiac sign, okay? Character of human being are built up on their life experiences. Arasayo. And if a person is a psychopath, that is a default, a defect in the brain by birth. When a person is a psychopath, he's born with a problem in the brain. Okay? It's been proven scientifically. So a psychopath is not character. A psychopath is a sickness. Is born with a problem in the brain. Now, a bipolar is not born bipolar. A narcissist is not born narcissist. And these people with narcissistic behavior and bipolar behavior, they build up bad character. But they have also personality. Okay? Accordingly to their zodiacs, their personality are different. But if they are nice people with nice character, honest character, they also may be narcissists and bipolars. And they may be corrupted people and bipolar people and evil people, crooks. Even with nice personality, they have bad character. So personality is not character. But the personality of everybody, good and bad, is associated to their zodiac signs. But their character, good and bad, is not associated to anybody's zodiac sign. Is that clear? Agesemika. I hope you understood the difference between personality and character. Now, who created astrology? God. The devil doesn't create anything. Rather, manipulating the minds of people, whispering behavior, whispering suggestions that the person believes. The person follows the devil's advice because people are ambitious or innocent or stupid or bad character. They want to listen. They don't want not to listen. So the devil did not create astrology. Now there is a debate. Who told human being about astrology? That in the book of Enoch, the fallen angels, the angels who betrayed the heavens and came to earth with Lucifer, they taught humanity how to use astrology and makeup and weapons of war and all these secrets of the universe. They were not supposed to teach humankind. Now, what do you understand about this is that in heaven, the angels, the universe, they knew astrology in order to prepare, as I explained in the beginning, the map of the soul of everybody. So the angels, the heavens, the ancestors, the mentors and guides, our spirit team up there, they know astrology. Astrology in the universe is the map of the soul. They have to know how to prepare the destiny of everybody, but we're not forced to take the decisions and follow up with the plan. We can do up to our limits, up to your limit. So all these secrets of astrology and personality, the humankind was not supposed to know, because the humankind, they were not ready to know. It's like Eve was not supposed to eat the apple from the tree of knowledge because she was not ready. Maybe God would have allowed her to eat the apple within 1,000 years, but she ate before time. They were not ready. They were innocent They were naked in heaven, playing children, and they were very innocent. They were not ready for the apple yet. So the sin was not to eat the apple. The sin was eating the apple at the wrong timing, because it was not allowed then. I am sure that one day God would have allowed them to eat the apple and make love when they were ready, but they were not ready so soon. That's the problem with the free will, and God knows that there are advantages and mistakes and blockages due to the free will that we have. So your map of the soul is up to you. You can take the baggage in. You have also to pay the karma. Karma is never deleted. Previous lives, if you believe in previous life, if you don't believe, up to you. You will have to pay your karma. But it's so much you can do in one lifetime. But we keep on promising before we are born that we can make it. And then we come and we don't make it. Then it gets accumulated to next life. Okay? But no pressure. Now he got a lot of assistance from the universe here. We will discuss it. Kim Nam-jun, my beautiful Virgo, is age 30 and he's going to be 31 this year in September 12. Let's start from the TMI, sexual fantasies. Now, I'm not going to go into details, okay? But as an astrologer, I can see where is the sexual fantasy and how deep it is, how strong it is, and this is a menu. I think Kim Nam-jun spirit in the previous life was the one who wrote the Kama Sutra book, okay? I think it was Kim Nam-jun. Then he came on this lifetime to discover other things, music, books, other sciences, art and everything. But I think Kim Nam-jun wrote the Kama Sutra and the positions, because this is unbelievable what I see here. Sexual fantasies, S with the plural, Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Capricorn, are in mutual reception. The trine here in sextiling aspect occurs the most of a total of nine times. And number 9 is very significant for Kim Nam-jun. He was born in September, is number 9. And 9 is unconditional love. 9 is sexual satisfaction. Cloud number 9. Instead of 50 shades of gray, it could be 90 shades of gray here. So that's the TMI. Most of the inner planets are located in the left hemisphere, left of the MC and IC axis. So here you see this is the hemisphere of planet Earth. This is planet Earth. So all the planets are located here. But he was born here in South Korea. This means from the top, United States, Alaska. Army, if you're not very ignorant and you are good in geography, the top of North America is Alaska. Okay, the very, very, very top, on top. Alaska is America. So the first to the last, if you're not very ignorant in geography, the last country bit in America is Chile, the country of Chile. Some of you think it's Argentina, but it's Chile, okay? So from United States, Alaska, till the bottom, down here, Chile, Kim Nam-jun could be the next president, the leader of the Americas. People would vote for him. He has total control here. People, the magnetism, the magnet thing here with Kim Nam-jun is all over from north till the bottom of the south of America. What is the meaning of Mercury here? Mercury is the planet that rules Virgo. This is the symbol of infinite, manifesting whatever he desires. It's in the midheaven. Midheaven is the MC. Midheaven, the IC is the lowest and the MC is the highest. Midheaven is the zodiac or planet that controls the business, mind, leadership, career, everything related to the working timings and how they two go together is that since Mercury is in midheaven and he is the zodiac of Virgo ruled by Mercury, and all this area is built and filled with the most assertive parts of his chart and planets in accordance, in alignment, in synchronicity, sextiling, helping each other. So he could be the king. If we had a kingdom on planet Earth and the Americas were a kingdom, Kim Nam-joon would have been the kingdom of Americas, okay? And he is the kingdom of Americas in terms of K-pop. Am I right or am I right? I am right. So personality is not character again. This section describes some additional features of his chart. Note that the inner planets refer to Sun, to Jupiter, as well as the ascendant and MC, and represent the core parts of the personality. So all these circles are extra information or additional features, and every feature is very special. So me as an astrologer, I love this astrocharts.com features. They come very simple, okay? And I am the one who did the art attack because I look at the geometry symbols and I know exactly what I am looking at. But you obviously, if you don't know astrology, you don't know what you're looking at. So this is the moon, the quarter moon. On your phones, the emoji of this moon is this one. All the symbols you may find on the emojis of your chat on your phones. If your phone is Samsung, if it's iPhone, if it's Lenovo, Huawei, I don't know what you use, but every phone there, they are similar, like I'd say 90% similar emojis on every phone out there. Samsung, congratulations to Samsung. Samsung is the phone that I use for the blue butterfly Nabia emoji. Nabia is blue, and Samsung apparently is the only company with the blue emoji butterfly, okay? So Nabia loves Samsung, and Nabia is sending big kiss to Samsung, and right now I'm using an S24 Ultra to do this slideshow. Now we put a duck here. You will find out that the style of deep lyrics from RM, I'm not going to say rude because they are rude, but instead of rude we say deep, okay? So you know, instead of rude, if you don't want to be rude to somebody, to your client, instead of saying, oh my god, you so rude lyrics, or so rude chatting, or so rude words, choices of words are so rude. Instead of rude, we say deep. So he's so deep because his moon was moody when he was born. This moon here is at the center of moody. So he's a duck. You know the song Growing? We will talk about growing. We'll see more ducks coming up. So the growing name is because of the quarter moon exactly on this position when he was born. The second aspect that is interesting, remember when I explained to you the Americas, they are here. This is the bottom right. The bottom right of Kim Nam-joon's chart is completely empty, 100% empty, which means Kim Nam-joon has absolutely 0% power over Australia and New Zealand. If he tries to convince them of anything, they will not get convinced. He has no cosmic energy, no connection, nothing. He could never be a politician there. He could not be the king of Australia. He could not try to influence Australia because they would absolutely not feel the energy of Kim Nam-joon. There is absolutely no connection here, nothing, 0%. Australia is not on the map of the soul of his 3D life in this life. Now, I am sure that there are a lot of army there loving BTS, but one thing is loving BTS and another thing is choosing Kim Nam-joon as a leader to be the leader of their country. They would not pick Kim Nam-joon. In the right bottom of his astro chart or the planet Earth. So Australia, New Zealand is not an option for him to become the next president, okay? And neither live there, and neither get married there, nothing. But he could get famous and people love BTS music, but there is just this limit. Now, here is the repetition of that symbol on that chart, that slide. We already talked about it from Alaska, United States, till the bottom of Chile. Kim Nam-joon could be the king of Americas if we lived in a kingdom. Now, here. I have this on my chart as well, SORA님. This is very rare. When a zodiac, when a birth chart is balanced with all the elements, we get this beautiful star here, which means a beautiful satellite. We can transmit our minds, our thoughts, even by the power of communication, by phone, by TV. Today we have internet. Today Kim Nam-joon is a famous singer. He takes the microphone, he delivers his mind. He's been to the UN, he's done the greatest speech of his life representing Asia and trying to raise the attention of the world towards the racism and the prejudice that Asia still have towards the gay society. And he was very honest to speak up, and he was just asking for fairness, not crossing the line, not going crazy, not changing his gender. He loves to be his gender, and that's the beauty of being yin and yang. Those of you who love the same gender, you don't have to change your gender. In the universe, there are only two genders, male and female. So the point of him speaking up in the UN was not to change the gender of anybody, was to bring up to the attention of the leaders of the world that the LGBT society in Asia, they have less freedom to speak up. But he didn't mean to say that they should change their gender. They just want to be respected, and they have the rights to vote, the right to pay taxes, the right to be respected. But in the universe, there are only two genders, male and female. Love yourselves, and people should have the right to love when they are old enough to decide. When you are old enough, accordingly to Dr. Phil McCraw, our sexuality only fully matures at the age of 26. So when you are 26 years old, whoever you choose to love, even if the person is much older than you, then accordingly to Dr. Phil McGraw, emotionally, mentally, you are ready to decide, but not before the age of 26. Okay? And take care of yourselves, boys and girls. Be beautiful. Love yourself. Love your gender. And if you, after you grow up, if you are straight and you love the opposite gender, also, your heart and your mind will be ready to love at the age of 26 if you love the same gender or the opposite gender. And take care of your bodies, take care of your health, be beautiful, and don't change your gender, because there are only two genders in the universe. God has created yin and yang, two genders. If God wanted to create more, he would have created more, but he didn't, because God is perfection. Everything created in the universe is perfection. We have the free will not to understand. We have the free will to play with it. And those who listen to the devil instead of listening to the intuition of our hearts, because your heart loves you 100%, your mind is a liar. The mind is the biggest liar. When I studied hypnotherapy at the best school in Europe, Marisa Peer Hypnotherapy School, we learned that the mind is a criminal. We have to work with our clients to create a positive mind and vanish the demons and vanish the trauma and vanish the bad ideas and ideologies that the mind has created up there, because we are born perfect, but then the mind learns what the mind shouldn't learn. So therefore you can always trust your heart and understand what is intuition, the right decisions that you take from your heart, because the wisdom is always right. There is never wrong wisdom, and the wisdom comes from the intuition of your heart. And when you take the wrong decisions and you break your heart and you fall in love for the wrong bitch, that's your mind, your ambition. You look, but you are unable to see the truth from the inside. Now here it's very interesting. The North Hemisphere of planet Earth, the map of the soul, literally on Kim Namjoon's astro chart. Not everybody got these features, okay? Everybody's different. I'm talking about Kim Namjoon today only. So all these features is not for everybody. These are the features for Kim Namjoon only. I got one that is same like his, and I didn't finish explaining to you this one. But many of you, maybe you don't have it. So he got a lot of cardinal, mutable, and fixed elements. Evenly distributed. Evenly means that we make this star here because it's so symmetric and the geometry is so perfect that the energy is so symmetric and beautiful, enabling one to be able to be a satellite to the world, okay, and communicate well. And that's what I have too. Despite of me not being so famous now because I am being boycotted for political reasons and evil energy reasons by witchcraft people here in Brazil. I am against witchcraft, and I have so many enemies in Brazil because they know I am against them. And for political reasons, because I defended political parties a few years ago, and I was so famous in Brazil, and now they're trying to finish me off, but they can't. They don't understand why they can't turn me down completely, and I'm still here surviving because of my protection from the universe. So this is also a protection, a cosmic aura of protection. Now here the map of the soul, most of the inner planets are located in the top hemisphere. From America to Asia is where he makes the big money. So Army from Brazil, you're not the reason that Kim Namjoon is a billionaire, okay? And Kim Namjoon, we could spend more money on BTS if we had the resource. We don't have much resource to buy BTS stuff, because in the United States, BTS articles are being sold at Target, and the most famous libraries in the United States, example in New York, all BTS collection, books and CDs and everything by BTS is being sold at Barnes and Nobles in New York City. We don't have Barnes and Nobles here in Brazil. And our libraries here are not selling BTS items. Maybe you could arrange that and sell BTS items and make a BTS corner at the famous Saraiva Library of Brazil. Our Barnes and Nobles here are called Saraiva with letter S. Sara, like Sara, I, Va. Saraiva Library is the biggest library in Brazil. So if they had a corner selling BTS items, then ARMY could have access to buy, because we are having a lot of trouble of buying anything that is sold on an app since 2022, okay, since December 2022, and starting from January 2023, everything that I bought in December, first of all, was never delivered to me, and I got a letter from the government, because the government changed in 2023, if I like to rescue what I bought. I got a lot of BTS things. I spent a lot of money for Christmas thinking that I would get myself Christmas gifts, and I could not get anything. And anyways, it is very complicated. South America is very complicated. So that's the reason in United States it's so easy to get BTS articles, and here is hell. It's almost impossible. We all work and we all want to have fun and buy some gifts to ourselves. And we, ARMY, we wish we could buy only BTS products. But the thing is how to get them if they don't get delivered. You get my point? Moon rising in Sagittarius. This is the reason Mr. Kim Namjoon loves to read so much. Is it normal to love to read so much? No, it's not normal. It is rare. So the choice of books is the duck choice, okay? He doesn't read comic, fun, or love stories or comedy or novels or something fun. He reads MR.GROIN님 energy books. Why? Because of the moon rising in Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is the reader, but the choice of reading is because of the moon. This is a very depressing combination. So the choice of reading becomes so MR.GROIN님. It's a pity that people spend hours of reading with narcissistic behaviors of authors who were traumatized and mistreated by society, and mostly his books are from authors who were revolutionaries and anti-religion, because mostly were mistreated because of their sexual preference. Last century, people had a hard time to be an artist. It's not like today. Those people, the only way to relieve their frustration was to become an author and publish a book. So the choices of book that Kim Namjoon reads are not the most positive law of attraction books. And they don't teach anything about relationships and how to go on a date and how to behave with your loved one. So I think he read enough books of people going through the worst times of their lives. I think it's time for him to start reading books for expanding life existence, for behavior, for human dating. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus, from Dr. John Gray. Dr. John Gray got like 14 books collection, and Dr. Phil McCraw got 6 books, if I'm not mistaken. I have read one of his books. Dr. Phil McCraw is my hero, also a Virgo zodiac, and was born on September 1st like Jungkook. Dr. Phil McCraw from Dr. Phil McCraw show. And now he's living in Texas. He used to live in California. Dr. Marisa Peer, she's not a doctor, but she's a hypnotherapist, the founder of Marisa Peer Hypnotherapy School in London. Dr. Esther Perel from Belgium. She got books in 10 languages, even Chinese. I don't know if she got in Korean, but Dr. Esther Perel from Belgium is the best doctor to advise married couples on how to survive forever together and to understand behavior. It's so beautiful to read books about human behavior, not books against human behavior. So the choice of books he reads is always criticizing, and there is no solution, and there is no help. And what is the outcome? And what is the solution? There is no solution. Everything he shows to me, and I read, and I take my time and analyze, and I feel sorry because those authors, when they wrote those books, they didn't have a positive vision for the future, but all they could do was to empathize with others like themselves and create a group to hate the world, who did not understand them as human and discriminated them for their sexual interest on the same gender. There was one time Kim Namjoon read a novel that he sent the page. I read the page. Quite nice, not bad. And Korea is one of the best countries in the world to produce most beautiful stories and novels. If you don't know, Army, Korea won the Nobel Prize for Best Literature in the world last year. South Korea has so many great authors that are romantic and looking forward to create peace and harmony for humankind society and inspire people to be romantic and gentle and generous and be kind to one another and do to others what you wish to be done to yourself. So better choices of book, Kim Namjoon. Stop being a MR.GROIN님, okay? And why you are a MR.GROIN님 reading all those books? Because of your moon. Moody. But if you control it, you can change. Now, patterns. Very interesting. So you see the style of astrochart.com. They give you simple charts, and I do the art attack with the emojis on top. I love it. Patterns are geometrical forms for us to see the pattern and straightforward understand the picture and analyze and give a report to our clients. These are some patterns, but there are a total of 20 patterns to my knowledge. Grand trine, kite, working trine, boomerang, tree, grand cross. The yod is the finger of God. Yod or yod. I'm not sure how we pronounce it in United States. Yod or yod. I think it's yod. Working wedge, T-wedge, a mystic rectangle, a wedge. The wedge and the yod, they look similar, but they're not. A T-square. Now, Kim Nam-joon got 5 patterns. Some people, they have no patterns at all in their chart. It doesn't mean that they're not successful. Park Jae-min has no patterns on his chart. It doesn't mean he's not successful, right? But Park Jae-min is an amazing human being with great energy, but Park Jae-min would never have the authority by the universe. Is not ready to go to the UN and hold the microphone and do the speech that Kim Nam-joon did at UN when he did it. Okay? And the chart is here to prove. Park Jae-min mission on earth was not to speak for Asia at the UN that day. Okay, so that day was predestined for Kim Nam-joon to speak. Okay, how do you know it was predestined? Because we saw here, one day he would have, sooner or later. This is the symbol. Okay, what about you, SORAnim? Oh my God, ARMY, you don't know in how much trouble I put myself already because of politics, because I helped the world, but then I didn't help myself. So here, patterns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patterns for Kim Nam-joon. What is a pattern? A pattern is a collection of aspects that are grouped together to reveal a larger geometric pattern within the chart, and then we look at it and we know what it means. So these geometric forms are so much easier to understand than the written for a astrologer. The Grand Trine is the leadership of Kim Nam-joon. It leads, it makes money, and it's wonderful. Mars in 16 degrees in Cancer, Saturn in 8 degrees in Pisces, and Jupiter in 11 degrees in Scorpio. Saturn was in Pisces for the past 3 years, so no more. For Saturn to be in Pisces again, it's gonna be in another 18 years. So this is when we know that he's gonna be the greatest leader of all. So this leader thing already happened. It was when he went to the UN speak, because Saturn was in Pisces. Now, Mars in Cancer happened recently when we were in the Grand Trine, in the Grand Cross. Grand Cross is 4 zodiacs aligned. While he was in the military, the cardinal Grand Cross was happening in the sky. So that Grand Cross is not gonna come back in another, I think, 14 years. I have to verify, maybe 12 to 14 years. But the Grand Trine is also visible here to my eyes. You don't understand it, okay? But this is a Grand Trine, another Grand Trine, forgive me, Grand Cross. You see the cross? He got 1, 2, 3 Grand Cross. So 4 zodiacs by 4 zodiacs by 4 zodiacs. So the Grand Cross that is now on the sky is the mutable. So what is he going to create during this Grand Cross in the sky now? We don't know. This Grand Cross will last till July 26. So now we are on a smaller Grand Cross. The cardinal Grand Cross lasted more. So now the Grand Cross, okay, I'm not gonna talk about Grand Crosses anymore, but there is something coming up here. Every time we are aligned on a grand cross, RM will do the greatest speech, but the UN speech was done already. So I wonder what it's going to be the next greatest speech. There may be one more coming up. So the grand trine, the leadership, Jupiter in Scorpio. Saturn in Pisces happened, Mars in Cancer happened, Jupiter in Scorpio is probably the next greatest speech of his life. When I notice any relation to Jupiter in Scorpio in the sky, I'll make a note to do a prediction if he's gonna say something important to the world. Fatherhood. He got a cradle, he got 2 cradles, but this cradle is the best fatherhood to my opinion. Abonim, okay? So Mars in Cancer, Neptune in Capricorn, North Node in Scorpio, Chiron in Virgo, and Sun in Virgo. Fatherhood didn't happen yet, and it will be up to him. He's not forced to become a father. You are not forced to become a father if you don't want to. You have the free will. But if you choose to become a father, I know it's scary, but you're gonna be the best father ever, okay? 100%. Only the best fathers, they get a cradle. Only the best fathers. Many people, they are fathers, they don't have any cradles. The pattern cradle, this is a pattern. Remember I explained to you, Park Jimin doesn't have any pattern. If Park Jimin wishes to be a dad, good luck with that. This means that the universe prepared your chart, your map of your soul, in case if you're ready, if you decide to become the best father, you will be. And you should, but you have the free will. The universe will never force you to do anything. The devil influences people to do the wrong things in life. But the universe prepares people in case they decide to do the right thing in life. They have the resources, they have the protection, they have the insurance, because if you're a father, you've got to be insured, right? And not every father out there is insured. That's why they go through thunderstorms and fires and hurricanes and floods, and they lose everything. Or they can't handle their wives and children, and they leave their family and they go away and they disappear. Am I right or am I right? You know why it happens? Because they don't have a cradle. They are not ready by the universe. You are ready. The universe is given you if you decide to have it. Now, young, second cradle. I have also 2 cradles in my chart. That's why I am the biggest daughter, the biggest sister, the biggest auntie to the world, the best auntie to my nephews. I could have been the best mother, but I decided, because I have the free will, I don't want to be the best mother alone. I don't want to be a single mother. See the free will? So the universe prepared my chart and he gave it to me ready to be the best mother. I have the cradles, but I chose I will not be the single mother unless I find my cover to my pressure pan and rice is made with my partner in life. I don't want to be a single mother. That's my free will. But has the universe given it to me in my chart? Yes. That's why I am an excellent therapist and I can take care of others because I can handle it. People with cradles, they are the best therapists. They are the best psychologists. They are the best doctors to handle emotional crisis from others. We can advise. We are the best advisors. We can handle other people. We can lead them. We can pull them together. Pull yourselves together. Remember when V and Kim Sok-jin had a fight V started the argument. They were about to start the show, and V out of nowhere started to say that Kim Sok-jin is slow. And then they started an argument, and suddenly RM intervened, and RM, hey, stop it. Now is not the time for this. Now we have ARMY who had paid so much money to come and watch the show. And for ARMY, pull yourselves together and let's go. And we'll talk about this when we come back. And that's the credo power, the Hyung power he has. Okay, so here is the Hyung. He was born to be the leader. He was born to be the big brother, independently of him not being the oldest. In his family, in BTS, in life, in the UN, I think he was the youngest singer artist to speak at the UN. But he got the cradle. God prepared him for the job, but it's up to him. Free will. When he decides he wants to do something, when we decide we want to drive, can we drive without a driving license? No. We can, but we cannot. Like we can, but it's not allowed. Here, it's allowed, but it's up to him to decide. But he's born the Hyung, the cradle. This is the cradle for the Hyung, and this is the cradle for the father. A little difference, okay? Now, this is the GROIN님, ladies and gentlemen, the T-square of Kim Namjoon at his birth. Oh my God. Saturn in 8 degrees in Pisces, Moon in 15 degrees in Sagittarius, and Chiron in 15 degrees in Virgo. The wounded warrior is a perfectionist, GROIN님, son of a gun. Walk like a duck, you're bitch. That's the choice of lyrics he chose for GROIN. And this is the reason. I don't know if this is still going on. I can't be certain. If he's halfway to evolve and come out of the GROINning mood, but the walk like a duck bitch is proven scientifically by astrology here. What happened? Okay, Kim Namjoon. Now, Kim Namjoon, breathe. For the future, when you want to be moody again, think about you have already created. RPWP has been released. You've done it. Done. You've won all the awards possible for it. You did it. You put all the GROIN님 out there. You put it all. It couldn't grow any worse than walk like a duck bitch. Okay? I think you did the best job. The greatest job. RPWP won how many awards? 5? I don't remember if it was 5 or 6 or 8. Forgive me. But you won what you could win with GROIN님 out there. But then when we learn how to speak English, then shouldn't we try another language? Like I'm giving you an example, but I mean, when you learn to do something that you wanted to learn, to fulfill your desire, your dream was to do the GROIN님 album, RPWP, and you did it, and you won. So you've done it. Are you going to do it again? Are you going to repeat to yourself that same thing? You could. But is that progress? Is that repeating ourselves, repeating our frustrations, or repeating walking like a duck, bitch? Is that any progress in life? As if you did Indigo, which is such a blessing, Indigo was in heaven, and then you went to hell and did RPWP, despite of having a song called Heaven. The lyrics are not inviting anybody to heaven there. It's like a sarcastic heaven. Walk like a duck, bitch. Is like Itaewon on Halloween street party where people dropped dead like a duck on the floor. Is like, you've done it, you put it out there. So this is your T-square. T-square. Army, when you hear about in astrology T-square, shit, GROIN님. Remember GROIN님, you understand what's a T-square. And I hope that everything is worked out and the trauma and the frustration inside is released, and we move to the next level, another level. And I still walk like a duck, okay? You have a problem with that? I walk like a duck. I didn't walk like a duck when I was very young, but then I had surgery in 2020. I put titanium on my back, and the doctor told me, now you are stronger than before, but still I walk like a duck in case. But if I kick you, I kill you. But because of the surgery, since the surgery, I walk like stiffy, you know, like a duck. And Kama Sutra, my lord, no. Maybe the gentle positions, okay? So, too much information, TMI. Kite. When you listen about a kite army, this is the symbol, the pattern for those who are billionaires on earth. Every billionaire, they get a kite. Me, SORAnim, I don't get a kite. I got a castle. It's the same geometric pattern, but it's called castle. Castle people, we go to heaven. Why? We can make you become a billionaire, but our mission is not to become a billionaire, but we are born billionaires by energy and soul and wisdom and inspiration. And the castle people, me, we have hundreds and thousands of rooms to love all the people I put inside my heart and to give them comfort and benefits like a castle, and they become the kings and the queens. I am the castle, I am the vessel for their comfort. So the kite lives inside the castle. So I don't make the billions, but I am the comfort zone of the billions created. When I worked for Qatar Airways was not the best airline in the world, but I joined Qatar Airways. I am the castle lucky charm. I am the lucky charm for the kite, for them to become the best, the number one in the world. And all my energy, all my love, my genuine positive energy, I never joined a circle of friendship or a friends to talk on Qatar Airways back. And if anybody talked behind their backs, I would stop friendship with these people. I did not point fingers, I did not report them, but to me, they died. Because I don't trust people who spit on their plates. Qatar Airways gave them everything they had in life, and still they're talking bad on their back. I signed a contract with Qatar Airways knowing I was not allowed to get married. I never made a big issue about it, and I always asked God for forgiveness because that was my free will, my choice to choose. They didn't force me. They gave me the choice, and they told me before I signed the contract, we have a policy that you can get married within 5 years. Is that okay with you? Okay? So I chose that. So the kite billionaire Kim Nam-joon here also is proven scientifically that it was predestined for him. And then again, Park Jae-min is a mystery to me. He doesn't get any patterns, and Park Jae-min is very rich. But maybe Park Jae-min will not end up a billionaire and he is gonna lose some money. And maybe he will die just as a humble millionaire. Okay? A humble millionaire is a person who got a house and self-sufficient enough money to live a quiet, decent elderlyhood, but is not a great entrepreneur and cannot be the CEO of a company, or like Park Jae-min was not destined to become the next CEO of anywhere. Okay? So Kim Nam-joon here, he is predestined to be a billionaire. Kim Seok-jin is the only one, is 1 in a billion with 2 kites. Kim Seok-jin got 2 kites in his birth chart, which is very rare, 1 in a billion. I've done birth charts, astro charts using astrocharts.com for my clients for 5 years. I have run over 1,000 charts in 5 years. I've never seen a chart with 2 kites in one chart, never. Kim Seok-jin is the only one, got 2 kites in one chart. Not even, I think I ran the chart for a famous president and he got a kite, 1 kite. Not 2. Only Kim Seok-jin. So Kim Seok-jin, maybe Kim Seok-jin is not even dying. He's gonna freeze his brain with technology out there. He's gonna live forever. I don't know what's Kim Seok-jin gonna do with 2 kites on his chart, but it's a lot. So here he dies a billionaire for certain. And there is so much more to produce when Jupiter in Scorpio, and healthy-wise, super safe, because Chiron loves only 3 zodiacs in astrology. Chiron protects the health of 3 zodiacs: Sagittarius, Aries, and Serpentarius. Serpentarius is a complicated zodiac, Kim Seok-jin, but Chiron is the reason for everybody to go sick. But Chiron, as he is in his chart and in Virgo, Virgo is the zodiac of health. Kim Nam-joon will die a billionaire and very healthy. Now, the stalker, Kim Nam-joon, he's got a stalker here. I don't know if the stalker is already present and he knows who is the stalker, okay? It could be man or woman, and it could be sun, moon, rising in the zodiac of Cancer. Sun, moon, and rising. The sun is the zodiac of the person, the Western zodiac. The moon is the moon zodiac, and the rising is the rising zodiac when the sun was rising on the other side of the planet. Sun, moon, and rising in Cancer. A man or a woman. This is a stalker. No, not necessarily that is a psychopath. Okay? Could be the hater number 1 of Kim Nam-joon, or the greatest enemy of Kim Nam-joon. So the greatest enemy of Kim Nam-joon, or the stalker, or the psychopath, is one of the 3, is coming out from the Cancer zodiac sign. And when I see something on the chart, not only I have the ability to read astrology, but I am psychic. I see things in vision by the psychometry of my finger that other people cannot see. So I see here a problem with the Cancer zodiac sign. Okay? Kim Nam-joon, don't trust the Cancer one. It could be sun, moon, and rising, not only the sun, moon, and rising of the person. Now, these are the B&Bs. You see the alert here and the concern, the bipolar bitches that Kim Nam-joon might fall in love for, relying on the instinct, because he is the dog zodiac sign. He relies on the instinct, on the beauty, on the physical beauty, on the smell, beautiful smell, and he can't see the hearts of these bitches. Zodiac is Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra, and Aquarius. These crazy bitches, they snap. A bipolar, different than a narcissist, they snap like a dog. When the dog snaps, the dog, you know those bad dogs that cannot be groomed? They are not allowed. They have been blacklisted. No groomer will take them because suddenly they snap and they bite and they, you know, they hurt. So bipolars, they snap out of nowhere. Suddenly they scream. And their nails, and they hurt physically as well. And some of them even may go further. If they are men or women, they might even kill somebody. I don't know, they snap. It's not a joke. And these are the zodiac: Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra, and Aquarius. It could be the sun, moon, and rising again. Sun, moon, rising in Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra, and Aquarius. And the size of the emoji is the size of percentage. So you see Scorpio so big, second place Sagittarius, third place Libra, and fourth place Aquarius. And don't underestimate Aquarius just because it's a small one. Maybe it's the amount of cases. Maybe Scorpio, so many cases, and then second Sagittarius, few more cases, and then in third a couple of cases in Libra, and then maybe one case in Aquarius. But they snap very bad. They snap big. These are the concerns for falling in love with these zodiacs, and sexual relation with these zodiacs is a problem. Now here, when Kim Namjoon was born, the sun sign is Virgo, the rising sign and the moon is in Sagittarius. Sun, moon, rising is very important. Sun is the soul, the heart, the way you love. The rising is the skills and the first impression you give to the world, your business, your natural skills. Sunrise, natural skills. The way you approach and the first impression the world has from you is from your rising sign. The moon is the mood. The MR.GROIN님 is the moon. The emotions, the bad choices, the depression, the wrong choices of books. And the yang, sun, positive, Virgo zodiac is amazing. But the moody Sagittarius here is so bad. If you control this, then you are the best creature ever created on planet Earth. First house and ascendant is the same thing. The first house is your rising sign. Ascendant, ASC, is the rising sign. This emoji. On your phones, Army, you've all got this one, but with different designs. When the sun rises from behind the mountains or from the horizon of the ocean, that is the emoji for rising or ASC, ascendant. So the ascendant, you know the Korean dorama, you remember descendants of the sun. Descendants, letter D. So we have descendant here in Astro as well, but the ascendant is the rising sign. The descendant is the opposite. So the ascendants in Sagittarius is the most beautiful, powerful, funny aspect. The problem was the moon. So the zodiac Sagittarius is fun, a bit narcissist, like they want attention. Don't ever tell Kim Sok-jin he's not your bias, okay, Army? When you meet Kim Sok-jin, who's your bias? You, Kim Sok-jin! Kim Sok-jin! Be ready to reply Kim Seok-jin. Okay, Army? Because if you need CPR and you don't reply Kim Seok-jin, because if you need CPR, he's gonna ask you, can you hear me? Who's your bias? And you, by mistake, you say Kim Namjoon. He's not gonna do CPR on you and you die. Just be ready to answer Kim Seok-jin, okay? So Sagittarius is a bit narcissist and they need reassurance. So here, Kim Namjoon is also a little bit narcissist and he needs reassurance. So when you meet Kim Namjoon, if he has the guts to ask you who's your bias, be ready to reply Kim Namjoon, okay? Don't say Kim Seok-jin. But Kim Namjoon is more of, I know I am sexy and I know it. So Kim Seok-jin keep on asking people who's your bias. Kim Namjoon doesn't ask people. He expects you to tell him you're my bias, but he doesn't ask you. So if you tell him, it will be very appreciated without him asking you. Okay? And Sagittarius is his first house. So this is the mistake that I told Army, that Kim Namjoon first house, ascendant rising sign was in Scorpio accordingly to the data, the information that I got from Google. And by the way, I asked Kim Namjoon and I got an indirect yes. And I don't know if it was from his team, his personal assistant, or himself, because maybe he didn't know as well. But then when he looked at the bracelet, the information in Google is a little different, not so much different, but is a little different from the bracelet, the baby birth bracelet souvenir that he posted on his IG story for Army to see. And now we have proof and official information that officially Kim Namjoon, BTS leader, is rising sign in Sagittarius, officially by 20 degrees, which is very strong. The degrees go to a maximum of 29. From 20 to 29 is the strongest. He is a very strong rising sign in Sagittarius. (20 degrees in Sagittarius), the second house, 24 degrees in Capricorn, business-minded, 24 degrees very strong, business, Capricorn. 2 degrees in the third house, not strong, containing Saturn. 8 degrees in Aries on his fourth house, also not strong. 6 degrees in Taurus in his fifth house, not strong. 29 degrees, which is the maximum degrees, 29. Taurus in his sixth house, and the sixth house is the physique, the body, the love for himself. And since it's 29 degrees in Taurus, that's why he got the biceps so young and so fit and so physically, the impression we get from him that he is so fit. But when he's a Taurus, maybe he was chubby when he was a child, okay? The sixth house, Taurus, they are chubby kids. Like, you can say fat. I don't like to use the word fat. I use the word chubby. So maybe he was a chubby kid and then he got the muscles and he's gonna be very strong for the rest of his life physically. 20 degrees in Gemini on his seventh house. 20 degrees in Gemini is very strong, containing Mars. So the house of marriage and fatherhood, the lucky wife, she is strongly, because it's 20 degrees, she is strongly related to the zodiac of Gemini, containing Mars. Mars is the planet Mars that rules the Aries zodiac sign. So every year I run the tarot video for BTS, will BTS get married? And every year Kim Namjoon gets the same major arcana, the Fool. and I tell Kim Namjoon, this major arcana is 2 zodiacs. It's either Aries or Aquarius. But now, because we have his chart, we know for a fact that the birth chart of the chosen wife, the mother of his kids, is 7th house. Now, maybe he marries somebody, there is an incident or accident, and the wife dies and he gets married again. If he goes a widow, he gets married again. If he's a widow. But he only gets married once in his chart, accordingly to my understanding. If he goes widow, then maybe he goes married again. Okay? Now, the Gemini factor on the female birth, on the wife, is very strong, containing Mars, containing some important Aries aspect there. Okay? Which is cross-matching with my birth chart. I am Aries with rising in Gemini. My first house is Gemini, which is the 7th house of Sagittarius. So he is my 7th house and I am his 7th house. You get my point? So every person out there with the first house in Gemini, their 7th house is somebody with the first house in Sagittarius. Kim Namjoon, my case. I don't know any other person, but this is the explanation that I asked you not to hate me, not to kill me. I'm just explaining you, giving you an example of my life experience for you to better understand astrology, and then you understand who is the future wife of Kim Namjoon. And again, in his birth chart, he gets married only once. But if he goes widow, then he gets married again. Okay? But Army, are you gonna kill the wife? That's why he's gonna go widow? Or she's gonna die naturally? If it's my case, I die naturally very soon. I'm not afraid to say I'm gonna die soon. It's okay. But he is gonna live forever, above age of 90. Okay? So expect Kim Namjoon being active for the rest of his life, and he's gonna die very, very old. Okay? I, for example, I'm gonna die very, very soon. How soon, SORAnim? There is an average on my birth numerology that I die between 60 to 64 max. And it's okay. I believe in reincarnation. I'll be born again. I'll come back to the new era of Aquarius, the peaceful, beautiful, joyful, promised era in the Bible, John, Revelation, the Apocalypse. So everything is okay, okay, Army? And I'll be with you in spirit, in 3D physically or in spirit. I will always be with you. Call out for SORAnim and I'll be with you. I'll be your mentor. If you are a tarot reader, I'll be your mentor when I die, okay? Your spirit guide and mentor. What is the difference between mentor and guide? One day I'll explain to you. So house, 8th house, 20 degrees in Cancer. So financially, he's in excellent condition and he's generous. And he keeps his promises. Cancer zodiac, if the Cancer promise to give money to somebody as charity, they will keep their promises. And they love to help people in need. They love doing charity by people. When they see people really need money, they like to help. But they're not the kind of people who are extravagant, giving expensive gifts to people for nothing. But in case of sickness and really helping people, he will do it from the heart. And he's very concerned about health insurance, vitamins. He's probably against medication. He likes to be healthy. He is pro vitamins. He believes spending money on vitamins and good health and spending money to be healthy. 9th house starts in 2 degrees in Virgo. It's only 2 degrees in Virgo, his 9th house, containing Sun and Chiron. But to himself, he's okay because Chiron loves Sagittarius, so there's nothing to worry about. 10th house in 8 degrees in Libra. I'm not going through specifically the houses, okay, because we have so many slides more interesting to do. 10th house, 8 degrees in Libra, also not strong. 11th house, 6 degrees in Scorpio, containing Jupiter, Pluto, and North Node. Well, nobody wants to die and end up in Pluto. That's for certain. Twelfth house is the last house, and it's 29 degrees, very strong in Scorpio. Containing the moon. And 11 and 12, Kim Namjoon will willing to work his elderly days to vindicate those who have wronged him. And I hope he does it with justice, not revenge. The 7th house, ladies and gentlemen, I need a drink. Oh my God, 1 hour, 28 minutes. Okay, let me pause a little bit. I come back soon. Army, I'm so tired. So the 7th house is all about the wife, okay, and the relationships and all the ships. So we're gonna do the 7th house on the next video. I love you so much. I see you soon. I need to rest. Shalom, salam alaikum, namaste, annyeong hikaseyo, and I see you on the next video.